Hey, it's Dr. Dale with 5 ways to help someone whose loved one has just passed away. I know a lot of us are saying, don't do this, don't say that when someone has passed. So I wanted to provide 5 ways, but there's so many more to kind of help somebody who's just lost a loved one. And that leads me to number 1 is sit with them and just listen and be quiet. I know that's uncomfortable. I remember being in grad school where they were teaching us how to work with somebody who was crying. And one of my colleagues was sharing something and was crying. And the first thing I go do is grab for a box of tissue. And my professor kindly said, no, put that down. You're feeling uncomfortable, so you feel like you have to give this person tissue. So it's okay to feel uncomfortable, but just sit there and be quiet. Maybe that's all they need. And that leads me to number two is watch and be careful of the words you say. Don't just say something because you heard somebody else say it and you feel like that's the thing you're supposed to say. Make sure you thought about what you're saying to them and that it makes sense. And that leads me to number 3, ask them what they need from you instead of trying to guess or, try to force something on them. Ask them what it is that they need for you as a friend or as a support system. And that leads me to number 4. Don't try to shut their emotions off. A lot of us get uncomfortable, and so we're trying to, change the subject or let the person grieve. And finally, number 5, don't rush anybody's grief. If you start feeling uncomfortable with their grieving, then maybe you should take a step back and support them in some other way. But never rush anybody else's grief. And that's it. Praying for everybody who's lost anybody. And if you could be a good support system, please be that. Just listen. If you can't offer that, just either support them in some other way. But the goal is just to be there. All right.